We are the 10th Legion, exiles from a dying empire who founded the Kingdom of Ebb. For 400 years, we guided and protected our people. We gave them peace, prosperity, fair judgment. Some say it was the death of the old king that turned the people against us. But it was Jane Cassinder who took up the sword and drove us from our chapter houses and estates. I was not there for the final battle, when the last of our legion faced Jane Cassinder beneath the boughs of an ancient, hallowed tree. Nor do I know what power she called upon in that forest to murder my comrades and friends. After that, the forest was changed, twisted and ruined. Only Jane walked out of that place alive. 30 years have passed since the Legion was destroyed, and Ebb has suffered in that time. War rages without end between Jane Cassinder in the east and the royal family in the west. A few sons and daughters of the Legion remain. You are one of their number. I write to you, my young friend, with urgent news. For many years, Jane Cassinder has hunted you, as she hunts for all the children of the Legion. Your father, Hugh Montbarron, was our last Grand Master, and he would have wanted a better life for his daughter. But he is long dead, murdered by Jane Cassinder. As the last survivor of the Legion, I have tried to protect you in his stead. Years ago, I tracked down your Lascanzi mother. We agreed that you would be safer in my care than with your mother's clan. I still believe that to be true, but I've always regretted taking you from your family. That is why I've done my best to find other Lascanzi witches who could watch over you and teach you their ways. But Jane Cassinder hunts for us still. Now I fear that her spies may be getting close. We cannot delay any longer. We still have a chance to join together, rebuild the Legion, and take our country back from Jane Cassinder before it's too late. The sons and daughters of the Legion are gathering in the north, at the old Montbarron estate. I urge you to join us in the Valley of Rukenval as quickly as you can. Help us restore all that was lost. Your faithful friend, Odo.
have another rat trying to escape the trap.
I was afraid everyone else was dead. Are you all right?
I'm fine, but who are you? Have we met?
No, but Odo's told me stories. You're the Half-Blood girl. This estate belonged to your father. My name is Martin Guiscard, and I'm a friend of Odo's, and a...
When I got here, the house was on fire, and everyone was dead. How did this happen?
We didn't have any warning. They surrounded the house and hit us fast. I don't even know who hired them. Damn, they found us again. We can't wait any longer. I've set a trap. 3 kegs of gunpowder on the bridge below. Thought I'd cover my escape if they found me. All we need to do is light the fuses. Come on, to the bridge. Go on, light the fuses. Two more to light. Hurry. And the last. The trap is sprung. Cover your ears.
Baron estate burned, and with it my dream of a reborn 10th Legion. Or so I thought. I did not know that you and Martin Guiscard had escaped the destruction. As you fled into the night, you bore with you the future of the Legion. Pursued by enemies, fleeing toward an uncertain fate, you made your way across the empty leagues of the Rukenval. Throughout the journey, you were driven by a single hope, that others had survived the devastation, and that they reached the safety of the Rukenval chapter house. It was a slender hope, to be sure, but even a small hope can warm a man in the cold dark of night. As long as you drew breath, the 10th Legion yet lived, but your foes pressed close about, hunting you. The fate of the Legion, the fate of Ebb itself, rested with you.
I know this part of the valley. We've come a long way. I think we're close to the old Legion chapter house. If any of our friends are still alive, that's where they'll be.
The Legion had a chapter house here, in this valley?
They built chapter houses in every part of Ebb. even in remote places like this. They were strongholds where legionnaires would meet, sometimes in fellowship, sometimes for war. You should have seen the Grand Chapter House in Stonebridge, headquarters for the whole Legion. My father took me inside it once.
Tell me about the attack. What do you remember?
Odo sent letters to all the descendants of the Legion. He wanted to gather them here, train them as legionnaires, and take back the country. Most had already arrived when the mercenaries found us. They surrounded the estate, must have killed the men who were on watch. They smashed through the windows and the doors, slaughtered everyone they could find. Then they set fire to the house.
How many people were in the estate when you were attacked?
Almost 40. All sons and daughters of the Legion. Some of them had fought in the wars, but the rest, they were no match for those soldiers. We can hope that a few survived, but most of them are dead. Our enemies didn't seem interested in prisoners.
Those mercenary soldiers, have you fought them before?
They were Leskanzi, kin to you on your mother's side. Probably a good thing you were raised by the Legion. I have no idea who sent them here. Leskanzi will fight for anyone who pays them. No, our real enemy hasn't shown himself, or herself.
Did you see what happened to Odo?
No, I lost sight of him when the fire started. But we agreed to meet at the old chapter house if anything went wrong.
That's enough about the attack for now.
Right. Maybe Odo can tell us more, if he's alive.
Let's keep moving. We can talk more later.
You're right. The chapter house isn't far. Follow me. If our enemies knew we were at the estate, they may have guessed that we'd make a run for the chapter house. No help for it, though. That's where we agreed to meet. We'll have to stay sharp. They could come for us anywhere, at any time. Military camp. Leskanzi by the look of it. Can't be a coincidence. Let's look around. We might find out what they're planning. Raven's Rill. The only town in the valley. Looks quiet from here. There it is. The bridge to the chapter house. Looks like trouble up ahead.
Huh? What's this? Oh well. Looks like I'll make some decent coin for this job after all.
Decent coin? What do you mean?
They told us to look for a woman of Wisconsin blood, the bastard daughter of Mount Baron. And here you are, traveling with the Legion, man. I'll get a handsome bonus for your heads. The rest of the boys spread out, trying to run you to ground. But me...
You murdering scum. You'll have no bonus for my head.
Lively up, boys. It's time to earn some gold.
We're outflanked. More coming up from behind. Damn. I've been shot. By that bastard with a gun. If we're lucky, Odo is on the other side of this gate.
You're alive? Both of you? I thought I was the only one left.
Odo, you made it. But where are...
The others? The men and women I've kept safe for 30 years.
You don't seem hurt. How did you get out?
I rounded up a few of our people. The only ones who hadn't been killed. Renaud, Hannah, and one of the twins from Drakenberg. Giles, I think. We jumped from the second floor of the house, made a break for the woods.
Tell me the rest.
Some of the mercenaries saw us. They fired their guns. I heard one of the others cry out. Then there were more Lescanzi in front of us. We tried to fight our way through. By the time it was over, the others were dead. All I could do...
Who else could have survived? We need to find them.
My ward, Anjali. I sent her to keep watch for latecomers. She wasn't at the estate when we were attacked.
What about Lucas Montbaron? I didn't see him at the gathering. He wouldn't have known to meet us here, and he might still be alive.
Might have been one or two others who hadn't arrived yet when we were attacked.
If they're alive, I'll find them. Martin, you'd better stay here.
I agree. You're bleeding, Giscard, and you can barely stand up. I'll do what I can for Martin, but he'll be no help to you, not like this. I'm sorry. You'll be on your own until you find the others.
You know this valley better than me. Where could they have gone?
Raven's Rill. It's the only town in the valley. The people here stayed true to the Legion, even when the rest of Ebb turned against us.
I'll head for Raven's Rill then.
The town is west of here. Cross the bridge and turn right at the crossroads. Try to find Lazar Basili, the town boyar. He's an old friend and he'll help us if he can. And be careful. Those mercenaries are still here in the valley. Keep your eyes sharp and come back safe.
You're a Legionnaire, aren't you? Bad idea coming here.
Do you know where I can find Lazar Basili?
No, I haven't seen him. Not since the mercenaries got here. Some of the folk in town may know more, but I doubt they'll tell you.
Are you going to let me pass, or not?
I've no orders to stop you. Open the gates!
Please, I just want to be left alone. Can't a widow grieve in peace?
I'm trying to find Lazar Basili, the town boyar.
Forget about Lazar. He's probably dead, like my...
How did your husband die?
The mercenary filth marched in and took over the rill. My husband Vaclav was a constable here in town. Vaclav spoke out against the invaders, and one of the bastards ran him through without a second thought. Murdered him in cold blood. A curse on all Lascanzi.
This murderer needs to be brought to justice. Who was it?
I heard the others cheer his name. Boris. As he... I beg you, Legionnaire, avenge this wrong. Avenge my husband!
We'll give him justice, cold and swift. What does he look like, and where has he gone?
He wore a sash across his face. Bring me that sash and I'll know the bastard is dead.
By the Dark Sister Zars, you are breathtaking. Just as Leona said you'd be. But, you don't even recognize me, do you?
And why exactly would I recognize you, hmm?
It doesn't matter, but I'd hoped. No, I'm not here on the streets with eyes and ears all around. Listen close. An army holds this town, Lascanzi everyone, bloodied in the wars to the south. Our employer, she is persistent, yes. She's still looking for you and your friends.
Your dashing man of mystery act grows tiresome. If you know who's behind this, tell me her name.
Dashing, eh? Why, thank you. You'll have your answers, but not here, not from me. Not with her so close. They set me here to look for you, to lead you into a trap. Too bad for them. Maybe I don't hear those orders so well. My sister, Leona, she waits for you in the cave west of town. Should you seek her out, it would be to your benefit.
To my benefit? What about yours?
Don't tell me you've been among these Ebbins so long you've started to believe their lies about our people's greed. Suffice to say that our interests are aligned for the moment, and we may both profit from this messy affair.
I'm looking for survivors from the Montbaron estate. Do you know where they might be?
Single-minded, aren't you? I admire that. And again, I say it is very much to your benefit to seek out my sister.
I'll need better directions to this cave.
Follow the road out of town to the west. Then look for a trail heading north, into the woods. This little adventure of ours, it's not exactly in my employer's interest. If you meet her soldiers on the road, be wary. They aren't as charming as me. Now go, before the wrong person sees us talking, yes?
I heard that everyone in the Legion was killed, yet here you stand. Perhaps you can help me. When the Lascanzi took the town, one of their leaders stole something of great importance. Not like the Legion.
Do you know where I can find Lazar Basili?
I'm little concerned for the well-being of Lazar Basile, the fool. I'm of the mind this entire mess is his failing.
I'll find your property, if I can. Do you know the name of the thief?
They called him Ottokar, I think. He camps with the rest of the mercenary scum in the forest to the west.
Have a care with all that boot stomping. You'll scare the fish.
I'm looking for a man of importance in these parts. A man named Lazar.
Nobody's seen Lazar. Not since the fool Lascanzi took over the rill.
If the fish aren't biting here, why not find another spot?
I don't need to find another spot. I know the best fishing hole in the valley. Problem is, I just can't fish there no more. Something nasty took up residence in my favorite pond. Last time I tried to drop a line there, it nearly killed me.
I'm a Legionnaire. Is there anything I can do to help?
Not sure why you'd want to tangle with that thing, but if you can put it down, I'd be happy as a fly in the outhouse. Of course, I need proof it was dead. One of its teeth should do the trick.
Where can I find this creature?
Head east out of town and look for a pond to the south. That's where you'll find the beast. Here, take some of my secret bait with you. When you find the pond, toss it in the water. The smell seemed to draw it out last time. You're still alive? Maybe you're tougher than you look. Is the lousy beast dead?
It's dead. Here's one of its teeth.
Well, call me a crug-loving mule. I can't believe it. I'm guessing you'll be wanting that reward, then.
I need to know where I can find Lazar Basili.
Not sure. I checked with Grigori. He follows Lazar around like a pup chasing the teeth.
A donation will help us restore the Legion to its rightful place.
I'm not a rich man, but you deserve this, friend.
I'll leave you to your work.
Right. See you around.
I hope you have news. Did you find my statue?
Indeed. I believe this belongs to you.
Excellent. You've renewed my faith in the Legion, to be sure. This is the part where you ask for a reward, yes?
Think of it as a donation to uphold Legion law. Unless you prefer the alternative.
No, no. That wouldn't do at all. Please, take this purse.
Farewell, Anton.
And a good day to you, Legionnaire.
News of your deeds spread quickly throughout the town. Perhaps the Legion is not as feeble as the Lascanzi would have us believe. I know you've been asking about Lazar. It turns out he had some correspondence with a rather elusive Legionnaire, someone called Odo. That did not sit well with the woman who hired the Lascanzi. She locked poor Lazar in one of the holding cells beneath the town hall.
The town hall? And where is that?
It is in the upper part of town, but you'll not be able to reach it. The Lascanzi have fortified the upper town, and they are letting no one inside.
How do you know about this alleged correspondence with the Legion?
I wrote most of the letters myself. I have been Lazar's clerk for almost 20 years now.
The Legion doesn't abandon its allies. Lazar will have his freedom.
If you truly mean to save Lazar, I am at your service. What would you have me do?
Carry a message to Odo in the old Legion chapter house. Tell him what's happened to Lazar.
If it will aid my friend, I shall do as you ask. You'd best be off before any Lascanzi brigands spot us conspiring against them.
Good, you've come. I was beginning to fear my brother was too late, and you were killed or taken by the others.
I was told you had some information that would be useful.
Straight to business, then? As you wish. You weren't the only one to escape the slaughter at the estate, but the others were soon recaptured or slain.
Why are you helping me? It must benefit you somehow.
Call it an investment, with hope for a future relationship. No strings attached. You have my promise. I offer you this. A key that will open the prisoners' cages. If you hurry, they might still be saved.
I need to know more about you before I agree to this. How can I trust you?
Because, dear girl, blood is thicker than water. And yes, thicker even than gold. But if you insist, my name is Leona, and I have my own goals that are not shared by our kinsmen. Is that sufficient? Or shall we dicker about as the flames grow hot?
What kind of opposition can I expect?
Doubtless you have faced Lescanzi mercenaries already. More await you below. But you've made it this far. They should prove little challenge. The witches may give you more pause. Their spells are deadly, and they have power over the dead. Be wary, but moreover, be quick.
What are the Lescanzi planning to do with the prisoners?
They'll be held here until the witches have prepared their rituals. Then they will be questioned.
They'll be tortured for information, you mean?
Torture? No, that is far too subtle. We Lescanzi are more direct. The witches will prepare a sacred fire, into which the captives will be thrown. At the moment of death, their souls will be snared by magic.
What happens to their souls after the witches snare them?
A witch can wring knowledge from a soul like water from a sponge. There is no resisting such magic, even for the strongest. And when this spell is done, their souls will crumble.
Very well, I'll accept your gift. And if it turns out to be genuine, you'll have my thanks.
I am pleased to see I was right about you. Go now. It would be better if I were elsewhere. Perhaps we'll speak again after this affair is finished.
It seems the Dark Sister smiles on us. She has brought the last of the wayward children to us.
What sorceries are you working here, witch?
Tut tut, little cousin. Have you been away so long that you've forgotten our magics? Ah, well, you'll be reminded soon enough. But now that you are here, you have saved us the trouble of hunting you down.
Thank you for releasing me. I underestimated these witches. It looks like a simple cage, but it's not. I tried to burn my way out. Somehow it's proof against fire.
You have a foreign look. Are you descended from the Legion?
Not from the Legion, no. Odo believes that I am an Archon, a creature out of myth. It sounds ridiculous, I know. And if it's true, then where are all the others of my kind? He found me, not far from here, when I was a child. He says that I was unique, a sign of hope to him. Those are his words, not mine. But I try to live up to them.
You tried to set your cage alight?
I've always been able to call fire at will. When I was young, I thought I was its source, but it's stronger when my purpose is clear. I tried to burn the bars of the cage, but the metal stayed cold, nor could I project flames from inside. Lescanzi witchcraft, it must be. Now that I'm free of that cage,
Did the Lescanzi take you unaware?
No. Odo sent me to keep watch for stragglers, anyone late to the gathering. I was in town when the Lescanzi attacked. Witch magic painted their army as shadows and quieted their steps, but I saw them. It was my cries that alerted the town. The townspeople fled. I was alone, outnumbered, but I chose to attack. I don't even know why.
The mercenaries came here to ravage and kill. You wanted to see them punished.
Yes, you're right. I fought the Lescanzi not as a soldier, but as an executioner. They'd come to destroy the Legion. The idea that even one among them should escape ignited me. I swore to burn all that I could, and did.
Odo and Martin are waiting. They sent me to find survivors.
Odo is alive? Take me to him. I promise I can hold my own if it comes to a fight.
I'm in here! Help! Thank you. Are you a Legionnaire too? I knew there must be a few of us left. Wasn't sure you'd find me here though. At least not in time.
How did you end up here?
I got captured at the estate. When the others ran, I stayed behind to protect some injured men. I killed a few mercenaries, but they must have knocked me out and carried me here.
We need to get you out of here. You should be safe to head back to the chapter house.
Guess I owe you one. All right, I'll meet you at the chapter house. And be careful.
Well, you certainly handled that with more aplomb than I expected. Bravo, my dear. Now then, since you've accomplished your goals, I wonder if you wouldn't be willing to do me a favor.
But of course, it is the least I could do for one of my own blood.
You are a credit to our people, my dear. Such loyalty is sadly rare these days. I have come into possession of a key that opens the gates of Gunderic Manor. I need a bright, clever girl to go in ahead of me and make it safe. So naturally, I thought of you, my dear.
All right, give me the key. I'll go look into it.
Wonderful. Such generosity deserves an immediate reward, so I'll tell you what I know of those who hunt you. The attack on the Montberin estate. Liscanzi mercenaries did the bulk of the fighting, but their leader was a woman named Rejani.
That's not much to go on. Can you tell me anything about her?
I do not know who she is, or perhaps what she is more apropos, but she has great wealth behind her. She hired half the Lescanzi clans in southern Ebb and marched them here to stop you, to stop the Legion from being reborn. You might be interested to learn that she has bivouacked herself in the town hall. If you desire vengeance, that is where you should go.
I appreciate your candor. That information will be very useful.
Information is only the barest glimpse of what I offer. Ours could be a very profitable friendship, if you give me Gunderic Manor. Here then, take the key. I will see you again after the manor's current residents have been evicted. That door leads back to the forest. May the Dark Sister go with you, and the faithful hound guard your path.
So you emerged last, dear one. I've been waiting for you.
How do I get to Gundred Manor from here?
Ah, that old spook house. It's not far at all. Follow the road away from town. You'll see the gates in short order. The Dark Sister's luck go with you, and
More enemies. They know we're here.
The mercenaries have returned from Raven's Rill. I had hoped you would be well away before they arrived.
Will you help me fight them?
No. If they see me here, they will know that my sister has betrayed them. This fight I leave to you.
The odds are against us here. You are finished! Watch out! This is an evil place. It should be burned to the ground. Did you hear that? Was that a woman's...
Speak the password, and you may enter.
Rookenberry pie.
A rookenberry pie is a popular sweet dish typically served during the Feast of St. Hiram. Unfortunately for you, Rukenberry Pie is not the password.
This way! You are alive? It's been so long. I'm so alone here. Please, help me. I've been trapped here so long.
What is it that traps you here?
Father used something. Something powerful. Something forbidden. Please, will you destroy it? It speaks in ancient whispers, calling me back from the River of Souls. It's in the vault, the lower level. Take this, a key to the east wing. The vault is there, down below. It is sealed. You will need to find a way inside.
How can I enter the vault? Where is the key?
Only Father knows. Search his study. If there is a key, it will be there. Beware. My father's men will try to stop you. They are loyal to him, even beyond death.
The odds are against us here.
and be judged. They are opening a gate, conjuring some kind of guardian.
returns. Come to avenge my treachery, have you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You think me a traitor? That I hid here while the Legion fought and died? I see it in your soul. You are a pitiful shadow of what the Legion once was. You will not pass judgment on me! Die, mortal!
My, but you do continue to impress me. First my sister witches, and now Lord Gunderic, dealt with as handily as unruly children. I do wish I could entertain you properly, but I have so much to do here, so I must, sadly, ask you to leave my manor.
Just like that? You promised me something that would help defeat Rajani.
So I did, my dear, and you shall have it. I believe you've more than earned this. Now then, as to my manor...
The more we talk, the more it feels like I should know you. How can that be?
You mean Alexei didn't tell you? I'm surprised. He was never much good at keeping secrets. Dear child, I see...
I don't... and yet I do see the resemblance.
We both take after our mother. She had strong blood. Stronger than your father's, at any rate.
All my life, I had no idea I had siblings. I want to know all about our family.
Gladly, my dear. You've been out of the fold for far too long.
What about our mother? Where is she?
I wish I could give you happier news on that account, my dear. Our mother, she died in the wars.
Tell me, how did she die?
After our mother gave you up, we stayed in the Rukenval for many years. I think she wanted to be close to you in body, if not in spirit. When the war came north, she tried to take us over the mountains back to the Erenoi.
10 years ago, when the first Leskansi mercenaries signed on with Jane Cassinder.
Yes, and we were caught between them and the Royalist forces. I don't know if they thought our mother was an enemy or if it was an accident, but... After the battle, a mercenary sergeant found Alexei and me. He took us in, found us work as camp followers. In time, we proved useful enough to join their ranks. And then we found you again. The Dark Sister has been watching out for our little family, no?
Why did I grow up with the Legion and not with you?
I do not know. I was only a child when you were taken. I remember an old man, a legionnaire, I think, coming to our door in the dead of night. He and our mother spoke for a time, and then he took you away. I should think it had something to do with your father. Perhaps the enemies of the Legion would have hunted you down if you had stayed with us. Any child of Montbarren might be seen as a threat.
Thank you for telling me, sister.
I'm quite glad we could have this little chat at last. Now...
Certainly. This place is too gloomy for the Legion.
Does that mean you won't be coming back to visit me? No, that is disappointing. No, I really must ask you to leave me to my work. If you wish, I can transport you outside the manor's grounds to speed you on your way.
Very well. Send me outside.
Certainly, dear sister. You go. Rebuild your legion and then come back to your family.